and welcome back to my YouTube. I'm Alan Cook, the proud owner of the Dion painting, which has the extremely handsome man serenading the woman out in the forest on the park bench. It is Leonardo Da Vinci's painting, and it is a lost painting in which I found. It has 567 years of his entire work. It has well over 3,000 document images that are been examined by myself, and I've YouTubed to show the proof of many of them. That is just absolutely flawless. Now I want to show you how this particular Mona is the same in a way. If you take a look at her hair, how it loops here, and take how her look at her hands and her body matches 100% in the arm, fits right in this particular area, and that's where he turned the painting and he painted her. Now, he painted her all over the place, don't get me wrong. Well, I just want to let you know that's one of the areas in which he painted. Now, I could prove to you an extreme similarity. I can never prove anything, don't get me wrong. For the reason is, to prove it, you have to be there. You have to have Leonardo da Vinci himself admit to it, and because that's how tricky this guy is. But anyway, here's the Mona. This is an x-ray of the inside the Dion, and here's that loop of that hair that I just showed you. Did I not? I'll put this back right here. You could see the Mona. Let me put it right back. You can look at the two together and you can say, Alan, maybe you're not lying. No, I don't lie about nothing, no matter how much it is or whatever it's about. I just speak the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. If you can't handle the truth, get out of the pot or whatever. You don't want to hear the truth. There's a lot of liars out there, I know. So use caution. Now I'm looking for a GoFundMe page. I'm looking for somebody looking for Camaros to buy as builders, and I'm have a company called Camaro Land, was world's largest used auto parts supply for Camaros on the planet. I'm willing to sell anything and everything in which I have that's related to that business, and I want to continue on this teaching and learning of Leonardo da Vinci that I've done for well over 5 years. Now I pull this back, I pull this particular one, and I'm going to show you when I move it out of the way how this image is the Mona Lisa. You see? Now if I pull this down, you can see her body. Okay, the reason why this is over here, that's my man turned sideways. Okay, and it's a man like kissing her on the cheek or something. The woman is being loved 24/7. Okay, that's why she's got a smirk on her face. I can tell you many things, but let me show you this one. This one is one in which is the Mona with the colors pulled out of it. The best I possibly can, and I'm going to take it and reverse it. Okay, let me pull this down, and then I'll slide this over, and then I'll slide this down, then I'll go over to this, tap on it, and then turn it around and rotate it 180, and then I'm going to blow it up to show you the lovebirds in her hands. Now you've seen her hands, okay? Her lovebirds. Look at her hands are lovebirds when you pull. Okay, those are lovebirds, one on top of the other making love. Now that's only one of the images in which is being made love, as you can see. Now if I flip this back around for you to see, you'll know that it is the Mona Lisa. Has a cat with another cat, or individuals with a person and a person looking at each other, which is a innuendo, and these are her hands that are birds. But when you flip it around, you get a better view at it, and as you can see that they are truly lovebirds on top of each other. But if you reduce this down and you actually get into her images, I don't know if it's going to show it on this one, I swear. Okay, I have seen where she's being made love this way, this way, this way, and this way, man on top of a woman or so, and also having motion, because he makes his paintings move. And if you follow my YouTubes, you'll understand that particular ordeal in which I'm talking about. So I want to let you know that the Mona Lisa is in my painting, 100%. It's also Last Supper's in my painting. Lady with an Ermine. The painting which has the Walking Lady. His writing is in my painting. His writing of his writing is in my painting. And what I mean by that, you're going to have to check my YouTubes to get into the detail, as they're going to be some as vague as what I just said, and some is going to be absolutely set you back. You can't believe. This man has gone beyond the talents of your imagination. He has blown me away to where I've had to walk away from the screen begging God, how am I going to supposed to tell the world what I saw? I saw it and I can't even believe it myself. I mean, his images, there's so many images that's inside this painting. I would honestly say there's at least 1 trillion images inside the painting itself. Okay, that makes the painting. And if you think about it, here we got the high-tech billion painting. And I'm going to get into a little bit of numbers with you, because now you got, let's say you had 10 pieces of paper and 10 pieces of paper with 10 different paintings. But each painting truly is the same painting, but done under different chemicals that you can only see it on transparency of the chemicals, of the hidden codes, of the builds, or adding the one page with the opposite page, or the opposite page with the number 1 page with number 1 to number 10. And not trying to confuse you, but let me give you an example. If you had a circle and there's 360 degrees, but if you change the circle and smash it down to make it a kidney shape, it still resembles a circle in a sense of a distance, but even a little bit more. So you have 360 degrees. So each degree it changes. So just like a triangle has 3 turns, but each if it's exactly as a triangle, it's a triangle no matter how many times you turn it. But if it has one of those circles that makes it the triangle offset just a little or a lot, whatever it may be, is going to change the dramatic of the turn. So that's 3 times itself. But Leo would do it over 360 times. So in a circle or oval kidney shape, he'll put 400 images in it, and he'll put 400 images inside it. So you got 400 images inside it, 400 images on the outside, and each degree of each time you turn it, like you did with the triangle that was slightly moved, you would end up with 800 times 360. Times it. Times 360 times 800, and see what you got. I do believe it's 2.5 million. Now you got 10 different pages. Out of 10 different pages, you got 10 times 2.5 million. So out of one little dot, as big as a grain of sand, let's say it's only the size of a grain of sand. He makes it much smaller, trust me. But let's say it's only a grain of sand. Now you've got 1 billion grains of sand. And out of 1 billion grains times that particular 2.5 billion images, per se, now you're into outrageous. You're into trillions. Okay, now that's only being kind. So here's a theory. Okay, here's a theory, and here hopefully I can say it quick enough. Okay, what is light? Leonardo da Vinci did light. Okay, so any painting has affinity. Any painting has affinity. How? Okay, let's say you're only 3 feet away and you got a flashlight and you're aiming it at your photo. Okay, and you haven't moved one bit. Okay, now you got 1 times that image that you see. But if you move to the left or to the right or up or down, whatever which way you do, you change the look of that painting with that light. So how far does light travel? Light can travel as far as you get it off the sheet, as long as God allows the light to continue. And 2, or you can go all the way 500 miles away and aim that light at that, and that image is going to look different. So the distance on light is pretty much affinity so long as light exists. So let's eliminate light with Leo only at 10 times itself. Okay, so multiplication was his #1 deal, my opinion, along with love. So to have passion and love and continue in memory of his love, he was a compulsive individual who multiplied the same individual over and over again, out of cartoons into portraits, and portraits into cartoons, and cartoons back into portraits, and portraits back into cartoons, and then those cartoons back into the portrait of the Mona Lisa. So what he did is he pixelized many of his images of the individual into the individual of the main sheet out of love and out of numbers. So Leonardo da Vinci was a trickster, and out of being a trickster, he would give you a build. Let me show you one of his builds. You couldn't even imagine that he would do this. Okay, I was floored. Look at this. I couldn't believe this. You know what this is? This is I call it nativity. Now this particular one here, which is in one of my YouTubes that you will see, okay, he knitted the canvas before he did his work. This is canvas. Okay, this is absolutely 100% canvas. And I lost my marker. Here it is. And these are weaves. Okay? There could be 50, 100 weaves in here. The more weaves he put, the more build he has. He can pull a car with this canvas. It's so strong it'll last forever. Why do you think it'll last 567 years already? If you see what's in here in this build, now this is a micro, okay? This is a lamb, it looks like to me, and this is a nativity. That's Mary and Joseph, and it has the baby in the middle. The baby's also up here, so actually it's two pictures that he put. He also has a sexual innuendo in here. Then he also has the three disciples that's hidden down in here that is extremely hard to see, even when I blow it up without you using the YouTube. But let me also get into why this was put in here before he even put paint. Okay, now it's going to get into concrete, it's going to get into paint, it's going to get into the future. Now, here it goes. If you build and make a level like you do with clay or you do with canvas, you end up with a back into light. You end up with a bigger and deeper ability to show more of your painting and art. So not only does it make it stronger, it gets even heavier. It gets much more heavier. This is one of his tricks. Okay, one. Only one. It's funny because this man is tricky. Okay, there's a piece of canvas in here that of art that's hidden in here somewhere. Might not be in this one, but let me check another one and give you the notion of I wonder how come I missed it on the first one. Here, I missed it on the first one. I can't figure that one out. Let's see here. Why it didn't go to it in the first one. These are all pictures of everything on the planet with this guy, and this is only one little section of it. Let's see if it even shows it in here. What he did, let me see if while I'm going here if I can walk and chew gum at the same time. What he did is, if let's say you're doing concrete, now we're getting into concrete, and you want to put your bars in there and for foundation so the concrete doesn't break, and then you pour your concrete. Well, what do they normally still do? They take a gravel or whatever tool, and they put a line in there so that if it does break, it breaks in that line. Okay, they plan the break. Hopefully it breaks where they want it to. That's us, hopefully. With Leo, it hopefully doesn't need to be. I mean, he knows where it's going to break. So when you turn around and take a piece of canvas, and let's say you took a Q-tip and you dipped it in Vaseline, and then you wiped it on your canvas area, and then you put paint over the top, you know it's going to be weaker. Agreed? Okay. Now, if you build a little wire around it to protect it from separating for your other particular areas to be stronger, and so you would know that that piece, let's say in 100 years or 400 years or whatever, would fall out first instead of the area in which you're talking about, or instead of the other areas. So he planned his breaks also. This guy was the master of all things. If you can be the king, the master, the greatest friend, the greatest teacher, the wisest, the talented is, the individual that was admired for his abilities, it's Leo. It's Leo all the way. So let me see if I got this here. Looks like it was on one of my other YouTubes, and wherever it is not easy for me to just spot. I call it the blue wire, and he has this looks like blue wire that ended up being looking like a certain break, and out of that you can tell how he looped it together and made it stronger. And looks like I'm not on my game on showing that to you, but I'll promise it to you in another YouTube. Okay, I'll pull it together on the next YouTube, and I apologize. Kind of, oh well, no, that's not it in here, but it might be in this one. Let's see. There might be something that might give you some indication in here. Let me see. Looks like it's bogging up or something. I don't know why it's not spinning. Let's see here. Oh, here's something. If you see these lines in here, there's no blue wire. This ain't the blue wire one, but this is what it looks like. Okay, how he sections it. But this color is not the blue wire that I'm trying to show you, but this may be the inner strength of one, and sometimes it comes up fluorescent, but there's an actual blue wire that hangs out of it. And I actually have his tools. His knitting tools are hanging off to the side. Look at this. Okay, is that an accident? Is that an accident? Look, top hat, lady with a long dress, here with a man looking up, okay, and they're looking across this way. Now it's a man with a man, but when you add the top on it, it goes on, it looks like a lady in a top dress. Okay, these are not normal canvas stitching, okay? This guy was wise. So, hey, I want you to keep doing the thumbs up. Passing it on to your buddies and friends for teaching and for studying, and tell them about this super great find. This is knowledge in which the people who own the Mona Lisa don't even know what's really in that Mona Lisa, or they don't want you to know what's in it. It's either one or the other, and this is a fact, because my painting is in my painting. In the Mona, and the Mona is in mine, along with all his works I have found so far, and all his cortex, and all his sketching, and all his drawing. I haven't found one item, God's honest truth, I haven't found one item yet that's not in my painting. Thank God. All of a sudden, one day, boom, it's going to be like, where's that blue wire? Sure, it may exist, or may not exist. But until that day, I've got enough items in here that I'm very been blessed that God has given me the opportunity to show the world of his hidden works of the greatest human being that, as far as I'm concerned, makes, I don't know what happened here, that makes the Mona. Okay, so I don't know what happened here with the signal, but anyway, God bless, and thank you.